Well, welcome back to Flying Podcast, part number 4. And on the previous part number 3, we talked about all kinds of different topics. Same thing will be here. As usual, we'll switch back and shuffle from many different topics. Just to let you know, currently we are flying from Miami to Boston on the part 4. On this journey, we're approaching Virginia coast and then into Washington, D.C. and New York, which is right over here. And we're not that far from Long Island, New York. This is where we are right here. And the Logan BOSTON Airport's right over here. So I think we should be able to make it in about an hour on this podcast. We should be able to get there. Here, let me give you the outside view just a little bit so you can see it. This is the projected path that they gave me to fly, along the coastline of the Atlantic Ocean. So, the topics that we're going to be talking about today on the part number 4 as we're approaching Boston, it's going to be about the bullies. Yes, the bullies. People who like to bully, people who do that, individuals who do that. So first, let's examine who these individuals are as a person. A bully, in a sense, it's someone who is an insecure individual, someone who always likes to blame other people for the failure of their life. Someone who likes to criticize others instead of themselves. Almost like a narcissistic point of view. And insecurity has a lot to do that. These individuals are very insecure, and this is why they are trolling other people. This is why they're picking on other people, because if they can't enjoy life and if they can't have what you have, then they will make sure that you don't enjoy it either. So they're gonna pick on you. It's formed based on the jealousy. This whole bullying, it's formed on jealousy. A person becomes jealous that you have something, right, and they don't have. Person becomes jealous that your girlfriend is super hot and your wife is super hot, right? Or you have a big house and large family and you're living a life and you're enjoying the life, and they're not enjoying it, so therefore they're angry, they're pissed off, so they turn into a bully, right? They turn into a bully to bully you, who is happy, who worked really hard to achieve to what you have achieved. So now they're going to pick on you. They're going to go ahead and they're going to pick on you. So how do you deal with a bully? What's the one way to deal with a bully? Well, you have to remember something. They want confrontation. They want the individual who is a bully. Its goal is to have your attention, right? He wants to get your attention. How to get your attention? Well, say something nasty to you, or say something nasty about you and your family, or you and your girlfriend, or you and your wife, right? So that's the triggering point. They're looking for a triggering point. Okay, how can I trigger this person? What do I need to say to trigger this person? What do I need to do to get his attention or her attention? which buttons do I need to press to get him triggered or her triggered, right? Could be he or she, doesn't matter, male, female, makes no difference to me. Point being is you're a bully and you need to find that triggering point. And that's what the bully does. In essence, that's what they do. That's pretty much what the game they're playing. That's the game they're playing, basically. It's hitting those notes, hitting those buttons, and they know which buttons to press, obviously. Now, how do you deal with that? So that's the question. That's the question. How do you deal with it? Well, it's not a simple question to answer. How do you deal with a bully? You know, there's that one simple way you can deal with a bully. You know, it's beat the shit out of him. You know, find him, beat the shit out of him. But then you're resorting yourself to violence. Remember, the idea is not to resort yourself to violence. The idea is to be a law-abiding citizen and not to resort yourself to violence. Now, your alpha male or your human instinct would be to beat the shit out of that person, right? Just beat the dog shit out of that person. And that's the main instinct. The main male instinct would be to do that, right? The idea is not to do that, because what's the consequences of that? Well, consequences of that are you getting arrested, you paying his medical bills, you spending time in jail. So that's no good, right? That means he won, you lost. He got you triggered, you beat the shit out of him, and now you're in jail. And now he's living inside your head rent-free while you're paying his medical bills. Okay? So it's a mind game. Bullying, it's a mind game. It's what it is, pretty much. In an essence, it's what it is. It's a mind game, and that's what it is. The idea is to protect your mind, to be bulletproof, pretty much. Your mind has to be bulletproof. Again, I talk about the fragile mind. I talk about these frequencies, you know. Remember, they're just words. The words cannot hurt you. They cannot hurt you physically. Maybe emotionally. Yes, emotionally, the words can hurt you emotionally. But there's a way for you to tap into your emotions and to train your emotions. I know how to do that. You know, I know how to do it. Sometimes I get angry because I do that for the sake of the entertainment. Half the time you see me on a YouTube get riled up, it's because I know that's going to create a lot of views. I know that's going to create a lot of drama. I know what people want to see. I know also which buttons to press and how to get people's attention. I did that for the sake of the views, for the sake of the entertainment. But as a person, I'm a well-stabled. My mind, it's like a monolith. You cannot penetrate through that. Like a monolith. You cannot penetrate through that with nothing. People have tried, believe me. And every single time they tried, they miserably failed. Like, pathetically, beyond pathetically, miserably, they have failed. That's because they didn't understand who I am. Oh, this is a different kind of a breed over here I'm dealing with. This is not your regular Joe, regular Mary, regular this. No, this is a different kind of a breed. A phenomenon breed. So you have to really have a lot of experience. What I'm trying to say is this. I know it's not easy. I know that the words can trigger you emotionally. And I know that these a-holes and these pieces of shit, they like to hit these certain buttons, certain keynotes. They're going to trigger you emotionally. I know how they play their game. Okay, but you also need to understand that's the game they're playing, and you also have to remember that this individual doesn't know me. This individual doesn't know anything about me. So therefore, your words mean nothing to me. Now, if you're dealing with a bully that's on the internet, that's easy. Bully on the internet, it's easy. Block him, remove him, report him, block him, ignore him, remove him. Takes you less than a 1 second. No, really, less than a 1 second for you to click, block, remove. That's easy. That's super easy. So I don't know why people complain about that. Like, dude, then you shouldn't be on the internet. If you don't know how to block somebody, if you don't know how to ignore somebody, if you don't know how to remove somebody on the internet, then you shouldn't be on the internet. If you don't know how to filter certain people to come to your channel or your website, then you shouldn't be on the internet. Internet, it's easy. I've been doing this for almost 9 years. I know how to handle it. I know how to deal with this, and I've done it. And I, have cleansed myself from bullies and stupid idiots and fake friends and all that crap. I have, easily isolated myself from that crap. And you can do the same. So bullying's on cyberbullies. Well, they're called cyberbullies. Cyberbully is very easy, dude. Just block, remove, report, and you're good to go. Dude, you're like good to go. Now, a bully that you are dealing in real life, let's say a coworker, somebody on a job. Well, that's easy too. You have to have a courage to report that person. Okay? You gotta have the courage to do that. You can't live life in fear. Guys, one thing I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is the truest thing ever, you cannot live life in fear. That's what the bully wants. That's their end game, to live inside your head free, meaning you're afraid of him or her. And now they can dictate your life any which way they want. So the idea is not to live in fear. And they can smell it. People, these individuals can easily smell if you have fear. They can easily smell that. They can, sense the scent of fear, the stink of fear. So the idea is for you not to show that fear. Okay? So what can you do? Well, you have to be, you have to have enough courage to report that bully at work, your coworker or whoever. You gotta have the courage to report them, because if you don't report them, all you are doing is letting that person know that he can continue to do this. You encouraging this person. Go ahead. Continue to do this. You can continue to harass me. You can continue to bully me. You have to stop an end to a bully by reporting them. You have to go to your whatever manager, whoever is in charge, the boss that's running that company, to tell him this guy is a bully. And that's it. You have to do that. You have to tell them, you have to let them know that they have been reported, and that now the boss knows who he is, that he's a bully. So don't be afraid to report the bully right away. Report them. And if they threaten you, well, then you can call the cops and you can tell them, hey, this individual had threatened me. You can do that right away. Just call the cops on them. You have to let them know that you're serious. You have to let them know that you will not put up with their bullshit. And they will back down. They will back down. They don't want to end up in courts. They don't have the money for that. They don't want to deal with the legal settlement and all that, going through courts and lawyers and all that. They don't have the money for that crap. That's not what they're into. They will just gonna back down. They're gonna quit. They're gonna move. They're gonna find another victim, someone they can bully, right? So that's how you stop a bully. You don't resort yourself to violence. You resort yourself to being smart, and you do it the smart way. Okay, it's always the best option to do it smart way. Remember, they're just words. This individual doesn't know you, doesn't know anything about you, so the words that are coming out of his mouth, it's like a Napoleon cardboard. It doesn't mean a diddly shit. So that's how you deal with a bully in real life. A cyberbully on the internet, that's easy. I think I have shown you how to deal with a cyberbully. I think I have done the video on that. Takes you less than half a second to block and to remove someone. It is really not that difficult. All right, so let's see where we at. Right now we're approaching Long Island. Pretty soon we're going to be approaching Long Island. And let me show you 4 hours. This is 4 hours from Miami right here. And this is really realistic. When you look at this Flight Simulator 2020, this is why a lot of pilots love this, because it's so realistic. It's true. This is how long it takes you. From South Florida, Miami, to Boston, it's about 4 hours. 4.5 hours, right? And that's how long it takes. To drive there takes you about a couple of days, I think 2 days. Roughly 3 days, depending on, okay, let's say maximum 3 days, depending on, how often, frequently do you stop and eat and rest and all that. Okay, it really depends how you plan your road trip. Your road trip can be 2 days or 1 day, or it could be 3 days, depending on how you are executing your road trip. How many stops you make, right? How often do you go to rest area? Do you sleep 2-3 hours and continue? And do you spend another hour and a half eating and checking other things, right? All of that could get that road trip to be longer than it needs to be. But flying takes you 4 hours. It's a 4-hour flight. Not bad, man. From Miami to Boston, you can watch, like I said, Justice League, Zack Snyder director's cut and extended cut. You could be there once the movie's done. Credits roll. You're already at the Logan, BOSTON Airport, Massachusetts. Yeah. Like I said, to me, the main thing it's landing. To me, the main thing is landing. That's the one thing that I haven't really properly mastered yet. I do know how to land, but it's never a perfect landing. It's always kind of bumpy and crooked. So that's why I want to make sure that on this one at least I do it properly. And this is a live weather, June 6th, 12:48 p.m. As you can see, there's a bunch of clouds. It's raining over there in New York. A lot of rain, unfortunately. And this is a Long Island, right here, New York. I'm 29,000 feet up in the air, by the way. And you can see a lot of rain, dude. A lot of rain out there. So what other subjects and topics can we talk about as we're flying on the part 4 over here? look, as far as the bullying, like I said, don't resort yourself to violence. That's never going to benefit you. It's going to benefit him or her. What you want to do is play it smart. That's the best thing to do. It's the best advice. And I'm pretty sure everyone will give you the same advice, you know. So let's shift the gears. Let's talk about another topic. Man, we covered a bunch of things here in this 4-hour flight that's split into 4 parts. Like I said, your feedback, it's always appreciated. I know that this is something different. I'm experimenting with this, and I want to hear your feedback. Your feedback is always appreciated. That will let me know if you want me to continue to do this. Maybe this will have its own audience. We'll see. It's going to take some time for other people to find out about these. You have to remember the algorithm. The YouTube, obviously, it's not going to put me on that algorithm. And that's the problem, you know, with the YouTube. You have to be on that algorithm. And who is on the top of the algorithm? It's these sponsored YouTubers, you know. It's these prima donnas. They're sponsored up to their eyeballs. And the YouTube loves the sponsors because that's where they make their money too. And if they can make the sponsors happy, well, that's good for the traffic. That's good for the Google. That's good for the YouTube ad revenue as well. And but that's the part that I really don't like about the YouTube, is where a video like this that some people would enjoy listening, that some people would enjoy seeing, will not get the recognition because of all these prima donnas, sponsored, pampered prima donnas out there with 1 million subs and, you know, 250,000 views a day, because of them. Because the first thing you see when you hit on a YouTube, on a homepage, the first thing you see is these influencers, sponsored influencers, prima donnas, get all of that recognition. So you're never going to know that I even exist. There's so many channels out there, dude, that exist, but they will never get the attention that they need because of this stupid algorithm that YouTube has, you know, and that's the sad part. There's so many great content creators out there that YouTube has, but you never hear about them unless somebody recommends it, unless somebody shares it through, you know, Twitter or other social media, Instagram, what have you. And that's the sad part. There's so many great content creators and you'll never know about them because YouTube will not recommend them because they're not sponsored up to their eyeballs, you know, and that really drives me crazy. I've been doing YouTube now for 9 years. Hell, I even started my very first channel in 2005 when YouTube started. I was the very first gaming channel. I had my web camera, some shitty web camera, facing my big Sony TV. Back then I had what you call it, those televisions, projector, light projector, lamp projector televisions, you know, with a lamp, with a big ass lamp. And I did some videos on that, you know, whatever. But my videos were, you know, taken down because you couldn't show any gameplay of any game. That was forbidden back then in 2005. And then I came back in 2009 with Video Games Galaxy channel, and I did Arkham Knight Asylum, Batman Arkham Knight Asylum. I did that, and I did Battlefield, Bad Company Battlefield. I did that, and also did a Heavy Rain. And then I had like 3,000 subscribers, and I deleted my channel, and I moved on to something else. So I was actually way before Dark Side Phil, way before Zero X Shinobi. Shout out to Zero X Shinobi from Brooklyn. I was way before him, way before Zero X Shinobi, and way before Dark Side Phil DSP, when he lived in Connecticut with Rambo, John Rambo. You know, guys, YouTube is not like a new thing for me. I know everything there is to know about YouTube, but I'm not in it for fame. I'm not in it for money. This is like a hobby. It's like I was telling Sean Connolly, my good friend Sean Connolly. Shout out to Sean Connolly. I know it sounds like a Sean Connery, but it's a Sean Connolly. Sean Connolly. And we were talking about this yesterday. He sent me a message on the PlayStation. And I said to him, well, he says, you know, zero fucks given about the haters, the hell with them. I said, I know. I've been living inside their heads since, 2016. I said, they don't understand that I do this as a hobby. I do this as a hobby. I enjoy doing this. This is not like a job requirement for me. I don't have to do this. Review Tech USA, he has to do it. DSP, he has to do it. That's their main income. That's their job. This is not my main income. This is not my bread and butter. I don't have to do this. I could take a break for about 2 years and come back and still continue on. I could take a 3 years break and come back after 3 years. I can do whatever. This is my hobby. And this is what I was trying to explain to people who are still confused after all these years about what am I all about. What is Mr. 4K all about? I'm about everything. Okay? But this is my hobby. Hobby. I do this as a hobby. It's not a mandatory full-time job for me. It's something I do as a hobby. And I'm my own boss here. I pretty much do things the way I want to do things. And obviously, I don't put up with fake friends. I don't put up with individuals who are idiots and bullies. I have certain rules I live by. I have certain principles I live by, and I don't break those. I don't break those principles and rules for nobody. Nobody. I don't care who you are. You could be my brother. You could be my cousin. I don't break my principles or rules for nobody. I live and die by my rules and my principles. So, but the main thing I was telling to Sean Connolly is this is our hobby, and he agrees. He's my age, 40 plus years, and he enjoys, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. People don't get it. This is a hobby. We love tech. We love video games. We love technology. It's a hobby. No different than you collecting 4K movies. No different than you watching sports, being a sports fan. It's no different than you being a DJ, right? DJing music. It's a hobby. It's something I enjoy, something I love. And it drives me crazy that people are having a difficult time, like, trying to understand that. Like, this is a hobby, dude. I do this as a hobby. I'm not doing this to reach 1 million subscribers. I'm not doing this to be a celebrity. If I wanted to be a celebrity, I would have joined the Freemasons, and they will take care of that for me. Okay? All I have to do is read a teleprompter, and they're going to tell me what to do. Very simple. Just follow their procedures. I could have easily become a celebrity and do that. I do this as a hobby. But see, that's the thing. People always misjudge you. They always have these ideas about you. And every single idea that they have about you, it's wrong. 100% wrong. Super wrong. embarrassingly wrong, laughably wrong. Like, can I laugh in your face? That kind of wrong. So yeah, the YouTube, I'm pretty much familiar with the YouTube and how YouTube works, guys. I've been doing this for a long time as a hobby. So YouTube, it's nothing new for me. YouTube, it's something that I have been doing for quite a while. We're going to be approaching pretty soon. We're going to be approaching a lot of rain here. So it's a 4-hour flight from Miami to Boston, Logan, Boston. Welcome to Boston. Get in a car. Matt Damon from Boston, Ben Affleck from Boston, and of course yours truly, Tom Brady, Boston. A lot of talent from Boston, man. Who else is from Boston? Massachusetts. Jeff Bridges. That's as Massachusetts as you're gonna get. Is Jeff Bridges, the entire Bridges family. His father from Massachusetts, Boston. Boston's a beautiful place, man. I really wouldn't mind like moving up there, man. The only problem I would have living in Boston is the winter, man. The winter, it's terrible. Joe Rogan from Boston, Massachusetts. It's just the winter, man. Winter, it's unforgiving. In Boston. Wow, a lot of rain in Boston. Jesus. This is live, right? I want to make sure this is live. Oh. Hold on. Here we go. I was about to say, this is live. Here we go. Now we're live weather. I apologize. I was about to say. We're getting so close. We're so close here. Let's decrease our altitude a little bit. I'm looking at my speed. I'm making sure that everything it's where it needs to be while we make this approach. So yeah, that's the one thing about the YouTube. It's really, if you want to be successful in YouTube, you have to have a sponsor that's gonna attract Google, that's gonna make Google happy. Let's say you're sponsored by Apple, or let's say you're sponsored by, let's say JP Morgan Bank. Well, Google likes that. Google likes a good sponsors. Sponsors that they're gonna profit a lot of money from. So if you're not someone who doesn't have a pretty good concrete sponsor, the chances are those videos will never be discovered, and they're never going to be recommended. The only way that those videos will be discovered is if somebody shares them and then promotes them, right? And that's the sad part. Basically, you have to have and when you have a sponsor, you have to remember something. The videos have to be done in a certain way. They have to be 5 minutes long, no more than 5 minutes. It has to be 5 minutes, possibly maximum maybe 8 minutes to 10 minutes. But most of the time it's 5 minutes, heavily edited, and to the point. Everything has to be scripted, and you have to, of course, mention that this video is sponsored by blah, 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 blah. And then you go ahead with the intro. And once the intro is done, then you go ahead and read the script, heavily edit that thing. You edit the video, and then you upload it, and then the video gets recommended to a lot of people. As soon as you click on home, the home page of YouTube, your video will be recommended, and hundreds of thousands of people gonna click on it just to see what it is. Well, this looks interesting. Let's go check it out. Randomly, like people click randomly. I click randomly sometimes, right? So that's how you get those views. It's not because these people are some kind of like geniuses. No, it's just that they have a sponsor helping them out to get promoted and to be seen with that bigger audience. And YouTube will put those sponsored videos on that highest top algorithm, and everybody will click on it. Even if you don't like the video, I'm sure you're still going to click on it. And that's what they want. And that's how some of these videos go viral. You know. For example, here's another good example. TikTok, right? A lot of sponsors are on TikTok. And sometimes they'll make a deal with a certain creator on a TikTok, and they'll say, hey, listen, we'll pay a certain amount of money if you let us use your video, or we'll sponsor you and we'll make sure that this video goes viral if you post this on the YouTube channel. Partner up with us, let us be your sponsor, and put this video out there, and we'll make sure that this video, this TikTok video, will go viral. You know, there's that too, and a lot of money to be made out of those viral videos. You know, so it's pretty much it's like a whorehouse, honestly. The YouTube has really become, like I said this before, like a whorehouse, like a brothel of whoring. It's like every single aspect has been, you know, corrupted by the sponsors and different companies. And that's really what it is at this point. It's all about money whoring. It's all about the money, man, you know. Sadly, well, that's the reason I don't like it. It's because you're missing out on the good content creators, because you're focused only on the money making aspect of it. That will not give people the access of other content creators on something that they want to see, versus what they don't want to see. But what they don't want to see, it's being shoved in their faces anyway, because that's what's being recommended by the YouTube big tech Google algorithm. It's being recommended by them. You know. So there's that, there's that aspect of it. So that's how I feel about, cyberbullying. That's how I feel about YouTube, you know. And I already talked about the UFOs, you know. Well, it's been 4 hours. I started this flight at 9 o'clock, and now it's 1 o'clock, so 4 hours. My main thing here is to land safely. Hopefully, I'll be able to land safely. We'll still got a long way to go. I need to drop some altitude here. Again, let me know what you guys think. You know, feedback, it's always appreciated. Your feedback means a lot to me. Um, I'm experimenting this. I just wanted to see if this is something you guys might enjoy. Instead of a coffee vlog, I think it's better like this. Uh, and if you guys don't enjoy it, well, that's okay too. Um, but you should definitely let me know how you feel. Is this boring to you? Do you enjoy this type of podcast talk? I look, man. My main thing is here to talk about all kinds of topics, all kinds. Could be televisions, video games, the events that are happening, all sorts of different topics. I'm open to talk about here while we're flying on these flying podcasts. But remember, nothing is set in stone. I'm just experimenting with this. I just want to see what you guys think. You know, should I stick with doing this? Should I just focus on televisions and forget about this and not worth it? It's a waste of time, etc., etc. Any feedback, again, it's always welcomed. The more feedback I hear from you, the better. The less feedback I hear, that means that, well, you're not interested, and I'm not going to bother doing it, obviously. Because I don't want to waste my time putting something out there for you guys if you're not going to watch it. Also, I don't know how well these notifications are working with YouTube. How well are you being notified? You know, I have a feeling that these notifications are really not that good. They're not like working properly. Because most of the times people tell me, "Hey, dude, I didn't even know that you had that video on how to enable Dolby Vision, and I didn't even know you were live and you were live streaming." So that could be that too. That the YouTube, as always, it's screwing up with their notification. It's not my first time I did this. I also did this with Miami to Los Angeles. That flight took about 7.5 hours, close to 8 hours. And the reason it took such a long time is because there was a storm, an unexpected storm that happened off of Gulf of Mexico, next to Houston and Louisiana. And I had to kind of work my way around it. I had to slow down my speed. I have to dodge those clouds and take a detour. So that is what made the flight longer, because of the unexpected storm that I encountered. So this is not my first time doing something like this. However, Miami to LA was definitely a long ass flight. And I did it in one sitting. Basically, I did it during a live stream. That whole thing was live streamed. I did land, but I landed crookedly. I didn't land the way I was hoping to land. So I was a bit disappointed on that. Hopefully, I can do it properly here. I'm going to try to speed up a little bit here, just so I can get to the airport a little bit faster, a little bit quicker. I know I'm overspeeding, but that's okay. I'm kind of pressed for time. That's the Logan Airport, by the way. The airport you're looking at down there. It's the Logan Airport. The reason there's a lot of turbulence right now is because I'm accelerating at a very high speed, because I want to get there quick. I'm kind of pressed for time. I really need to buy that Thrustmaster controller, man. That flight controller, 832 Airbus, or the honeycomb controller as well, flight stick controller. There's the airport. I see it. You guys see it? I see it. Hopefully I will land properly without any issues. Okay, so they cleared me for the Boston airspace, and Should be able to land here without any problems. There's Boston right there. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom in a little bit. I'm gonna have to zoom in to get this right. Come on, come on. Do it, do it, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Oh my God, no. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh my God. God. I screwed it up. I always screw it up, man. Always. Let's call this the emergency landing. Oh! Well, there you go. There you have it. I don't know how the hell. I mean, my speed was down. Why the hell? Man, I don't get it. You know. I just don't understand. Why does this happen? Every single time, dude. My speed was decreased. I did. The speed was reduced. I don't know how the hell did I not make it properly. This drives me crazy, dude. This is something I'll never get used to, man. This crooked landing, it drives me crazy, dude. It drives me crazy. Something I need to master. Something I need to really work on. It's just. The reason, here's the thing, I was trying to get there on time because I only had maybe 10 minutes left to record this video because it's a long ass freaking video. And I don't know, man. I know I decreased my speed. Why did I bounce off? I don't get that. I think I need to get a controller, dude. I cannot fly with this. Seriously. I need to get a damn controller. I need to get a real flight stick and do it properly with a flight stick, with a thruster and everything, calibrate everything. That's the only way to do this, man. That is like the only way to do this. Using a controller, man, it's not the same thing. But nonetheless, I have landed. It is what it is. It's better than nothing, right? Let's go ahead and let's at least taxi this thing where it needs to be taxied. I'm so upset, dude. This drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. Every single time, dude. Every single time this happens. Some crooked bullshit landing. I need to purchase that flight stick. I'm telling you guys. It just drives me crazy. Let's at least go to the terminal. I need to get that flight stick and that Thrustmaster A32 or the honeycomb flight stick, which is more expensive. But I need to invest and calibrate a flight stick because this is getting ridiculous, dude. I know we landed, but we landed like ridiculously, unacceptably. And I'm not happy that we landed this way. This is not what I was hoping for. I was hoping for something smoother, but well. I know what I gotta do. I told you guys. I have to invest into buying a better... I need to buy a flight stick controller, but a really good one. The ones that everybody's using, like a honeycomb or Thrustmaster A32 Airbus. That is what I need. That is what I need. All right. Look at this guy. Come on, man. Well, there you have it. It is what it is. Logan International. We landed just like we did in LA, but it was stupid, crooked landing. We flipped, bro, and we landed. It's ridiculous. So let's turn it off. I'm not happy about this. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think. Did you guys enjoy this? I will invest into a better flight stick. Not better. I need to buy one. Guys, I don't even have one. This is what I'm using. I just want you to know. This is what I'm using to freaking land. No wonder my landing sucks. I need to get the A32 Thrustmaster so I can calibrate it properly. I need to invest into a yoke stick, like a honeycomb. I need to invest into that. and do it properly. Just do it properly. Maybe I can have a second camera looking at my flight stick as I'm doing this. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think. It's been a 4-hour flight from Miami to Boston. There it is. Let me know what you think about this. Do you guys like this? Do you enjoy these flying podcasts? Sorry about the landing, but hey, we're still alive. Everybody's safe. Everybody's good. It could have been worse. But I need to invest into a flight stick, a proper calibrated 832 flight stick or honeycomb flight stick. So there you have it, guys. Please leave a feedback. Let me know what you think. You want me to do this, continue doing this, or is it something, forget about this, just stick to doing what you always do. Stick with televisions and video games, etc., etc. Again, your feedback will determine whether you want me to do this or not, whether you want me to do more of these flight podcasts, and let me know. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Cheers. Have a nice Sunday. Take care, guys. Be good.